So I wanted to do a little update on my ranking Black Lightning characters video now that I watched the series finale and I had some thoughts on it. But also I have a video coming out on Juneteenth, so stay tuned for that. Enjoy the video. So, one of my main issues with the Black Lightning series finale is that they tried to push closure in 42 minutes. I feel like if it's the same length as a regular episode of Black Lightning, there's only so much you can do in that limited amount of time. So the first thing I would have changed was to make the finale 90 minutes, and I incorporated everything that happened in the trailer with a little pizzazz. So without further ado, let me just get into my plan. So the finale starts off with everybody mourning about Jeff's death. So obviously that's a warning to Anissa, Grace, and the others that Tobias is coming for the Pierces. So Anissa, Grace, and Gambi come up with the plan to get their powers back, and then they want to use JJ as like a little secret weapon. Secret weapon, I should call it. So then JJ gets super angry for whatever reason. She's thinking her sister's doubting her, that she's not useful, and so what does she do? After acting even more irrational, goes back up to the ionosphere. But the real Jen is still up there somewhere, slowly taking her human form back. So then JJ comes back from the ionosphere and she's in a lot of pain because what happened? Her family warned her not to go up there and she's still going up there. So she goes to Lynn, and Lynn decides that she wants to run some tests over at her lab. So they go over to her lab, and so while Lynn is running some tests, JJ starts acting even more weird around her. And so once the test results come back, she starts lashing out at Lynn, destroys the test evidence, destroys whatever technology studies that Lynn has on her, and is about to kill Lynn, right? But dun da da da, the real Jennifer Pierce returns. Her and JJ duke it out, and basically Lynn can see that JJ was not her daughter. Because TC, I mean, it was more of a safe choice. If it was either Lynn or Anissa, it would have made a lot more sense. Then we flash to Jeff being underground, and there are flashbacks to young Jeff and Alvin, of course Jeff meeting Alvin in the afterlife. Then we also flash back to the night that made Jeff retire the first time as Black Lightning, as well as the time where Tobias killed him in season 1, and that's when he gets the idea of the Promethean underground and breaks out. So once he breaks out, he gets contact with his family over the comms, and the first thing he wants to do is get Tobias. So he's gonna be like, "Where's Tobias?" in his deep voice. And so TC and Gambi find his location. He's in so-and-so, wherever his thing is, and so he goes to kill Tobias. Then he comes back to the sanctum and has a conversation with Jen. So they're gonna be like, "Oh, so you killed Tobias?" And then he's gonna be like, "Yeah." So then Jen will be like, "How did you know it was me?" Like that sweet, cute father-daughter thing. And then while that is happening, of course, you know, since Tobias became the mayor of Freeland, everybody's gonna be on the neck like, who killed the mayor, right? So while Jeff and Jen are having their sweet conversation, TC and Gambi come up with a way to expose Tobias for the criminal, murderer, gangbanger, all the evil things he is, right? Before anybody questions the Pierces. So while that is happening, Lopez is still talking at the side of her neck. So lightning goes out and they duke it out. So then, after Jennifer defeats Lopez, evidence exposing Tobias as the criminal he is, framing the Pierces, all the stuff that happened in the fourth season is exposed, and Lopez is arrested for her involvement, as well as Val, and Hassan Shakur becomes police chief. So then, of course, the Pierces are cleared, they get Alvin's house back, and then Jeff is able to go back to Garfield High without the students talking mess about him. So then, we flash forward about a month to 2 months later. Jen and TC graduate, and as they are getting ready for Anissa and Grace's actual ceremony, Jen gets an anonymous text message, but eventually find out it was Khalil. Jennifer and Khalil meet up one last time, and Khalil's like, I still want to be with you. Jen's like, I still have feelings for you, but I don't think it's best for us to be together right now. So it's a whole we'll see other people thing, and then if we can find our way back to each other, we'll see how it goes from there. So Khalil heads back to before he heads back to Akashic Valley. Khalil goes to see his mom and is thinking about getting his GED, and then he goes back to Akashic Valley. So then Anissa and Grace have a real wedding, and then they have a reception at their house. Gambi announces that he's going to retire and focus on his relationship with Lauren. Black Lightning is passing the mantle to Lightning, Thunder, and Wild. Jeff and Lynn announce their remarriage, and Jennifer announces what she wants to do now that she's graduated high school. And yeah, sorry this video is a bit long, but that's how I would have made the finale.